fought in a shield wall called the phalanx. In places like Athens or Corinthos, in Thebes, the average citizen fought in the shield wall when called upon. It didn't matter what your background was. They came from the poorest of society to the richest. They might be the classical equivalent of a banker or a cheesemonger. By the way, we have a cheesemonger in our academy. That was his last job, which is the same job as a maple peasant. Whatever their background, once they were in the phalanx, they were family. It's the same with us. Whatever background we come from, once we're in the line together, we're family. We have a lot of diversity in our academy of ideology, race, and background. Some have never worked in law enforcement, and some have already worked in corrections with state, San Juan, and especially Davis County. A few of us have imperfect past and decided if you can't beat them, join them. One of us is so healthy their body overprocesses oxygen and shuts down the batteries. We speak a variety of languages, including but not limited to Spanish, Zulu, Russian, Croatian, French, Redneck, and Brooklyn. At times, one of us only speaks German. Those differences are all excellent, but whatever our differences and whether we can come to the consensus on global warming, once we're in that jail and aligned together with family. Back to the Greeks for just a moment. The Persians was a play by Aeschylus of Athens. He was a veteran of the Battle of Marathon, and he wrote and performed the play for an audience of veterans. They were all there, because again, in classical Greece, they all fought together as a family, whatever their background. Now, for classical civilizations, anybody they faced in battle was considered inhuman. It was like an inhuman barbarian. All propaganda about the Persians by the Greek essentially paints them as monsters. But the play The Persians is different because Aeschylus and his audience had met the Persians for real. And they knew better, and Aeschylus saw the humanity in the people he was sent to oppose. So his play is full of empathy and understanding. Our first week, Sheriff Winter, and a little bit today, when Sheriff Winter spoke to us about people in our jail. We have people waiting for trial, some of whom will be found not guilty, average citizens having the worst day of their life, evil people, predators, and some bad hombres. Understanding them helps us to protect the others in our population, especially victims. A lot of people in our jail have at one time been victims, or many times been victims. People who upset the Queen. Sorry, that's not saying that. Ask your head about that. We have sick people, both physically and emotionally. We deal with a seriously mentally ill population. I have a close relation that has schizophrenia, who sometimes has run-ins with the law due to their illness. We were able to listen to auditory hallucinations as a class that show what schizophrenia suffer through. They're pretty terrible. Now add on a housing unit full of people that echoes along with all the voices in that housing unit and the voices in your head, and it starts to sound like a nightmare. How would you want us to deal with that person if they were your family member, or any of your family members if they found themselves in our jail? The word empathy derives from the Greek word. Empathy is a tool that we use to keep order, to build rapport with prisoners, and to help us combat predatory people, allowing us to find threats and issues and help prisoners facing mental and physical problems. Whatever the general population might think about the prisoners is not our concern. After all, we are the ones who met them, and we're the ones that are actually going to deal with them. Thanks to my fellow cadets for putting up with me for 13 weeks, and thanks to Jay for screaming like a banshee when they sprayed her with OC. It's very warm for my heart. On behalf of our academy, thanks to our instructors, especially our defensive tactics instructors, to the staff that gave their time to us, Sheriff Winder, for the opportunity, and especially our families in the audience for helping us through this, and our TAC officers, Deputy Shaw and Deputy Sullivan. Even though as you were at times, as one Brooklynite might say, stiff to us. So we're all Cobras now, so let's all go to Cobra stuff.
the best TAC officers that I got to know, not once but twice, personally for me. So just a quick thanks. We've got a lot of us here in law enforcement, things like that. I don't know, me personally, I love knives, things like that. So kind of looking at that, we both got our TAC officers, 2 Benjamins. They can show you the knives if they want later on, but we just wanted to say thanks, and we love you guys.
All right.